Hi guys, and welcome back to a tutorial series. Sorry about that, just charging my laptop. And in today's tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to make your scope for your gun. Let's start thinking through how we're going to do this. And remember, the first way I'm going to teach you is the basic way, because I did mention on the first video I made, I'm teaching you the basic first and then moving on to the advanced. So for the basic, I would recommend that we have a camera set up in front of the scope, and every time the player hits the right mouse button it enables it, and if you release it, it disables it. So let's create a new game object. Create camera. Oh, that's cool. Aligned it straight with the gun. That's nice. Just gonna pull it back, pick it up a bit. There we go, that's fine. That's our scope for the time being. Okay, I'm just gonna let you guys know, this is a very basic way of doing this. In the advanced version, I'm going to be messing around with the field of view. So if we click our mouse button down, it's going to bring the field of view zoomed in like this, and if you release it, it's going to pan out and go back to the position it was in. And that's how it's done in the game industries as well. All these games you see, like Modern Warfare, Crisis, Halo, you name it, you know, it always has this kind of zoom factor into it. It makes it really smooth when it zooms out. That's the advanced version, and I'm going to be teaching you that after I've teach you how to do the basic way. It's always good to know how to do the same thing in different ways. So let's I think that's all we need for the camera setup. Yeah. Now let's start a script. So click on your FPS script folder, create a new JavaScript. Let's call this scope. Let's attach this to the main player. Let's rename the camera as well to scope cam. Not your main camera, it's the camera we just created for the scope itself, and drag this onto the main cam and disable it at the moment. There we go. Save your scene, open your scope script and want to develop. There we go. So let's first of all define a boolean. Aim, I'm going to call it aim. It's just to check and see if we've clicked our mouse button down. I want to enable the boolean, and then if it's enabled, I want to activate the game object, which is the camera. So var aim, set it as a boolean. It's equal to false, a default value. Also, I need a variable for my camera game object, so var cam, set it as a game object, save it, go back into Unity, click on your main player, where it says cam, your variable you defined in the script, drag your scope cam onto that. There we go. Save your scene, and let's start now. Let's start implementing the code. Go to your update function, and we want a new if statement first of all. So if, open bracket, close bracket, open curly brace, and close curly brace. If our input dot get mouse button down is 1, I believe is the right button, 2 is the scroll wheel, and 0 is the left mouse button. So if it's that, we want to set aim to true. Aim equals true. So if aim equals true, we want camera to be equals true as well. So cam dot active equals true. Let's save that. Go back into Unity. Let's go and run it. See what happens. So if I click my right mouse button, it should enable the scope cam. There we go. But as you can see at the moment, it's quite strange, because if we click it once, it stays there. What I want is, if we click it and hold it, it will stay active. But if we release the mouse button, set it back to false. So go back into Unity, and we want a new if statement, and this time we're going to say if input dot get mouse button up. So if we released it, then we want to set our boolean to false and our active camera back to false as well. So we're going to say if aim is currently equal to true, we want to check this. If it's true, we want to set it back to false. So if aim the reason I don't put aim equals false is because aim is already set to a default of false, so we just have to say aim. So if it's false, we're gonna put the camera back to false as well. Copy the cam active, paste it underneath this, and set this back to false. Save that off. So now if we release the mouse button, it should set the aim boolean back to false, and it should set the camera back to false as well. Let's run the game, and I'm going to hold my mouse button in. If I release it, it should go back to the way it was. Here we go. As you can see, it's the basic way is okay, but I don't like this. The way you can keep zooming in and out, it looks a bit iffy to me. That's why I'm going to be teaching you how to do it with a field of view next. Yeah, I guess that's the way. Yeah, that's how you do the basic version of the scope tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be uploading the advanced version as soon as possible.